What's up guys, welcome back to the Breakdown Automotive. Today we're going to be talking about 4 cheap used exotic cars that you can pick up for a fraction of their original MSRP. Before we jump into this video, I just want to say if you enjoy automotive content, go ahead and subscribe to the Breakdown Automotive YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and jump into the video, starting with the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Now the Aston Martin V8 Vantage is notorious for being one of the best bargains under $100,000, and honestly now you can pick them up under $50,000. You can even get a cheap and poorly maintained V8 Vantage for about $39,000 now. Overall though, the Vantage is one of the best sounding, best looking, and best performing cars that you can pick up for under $50,000. You can pick up a V8 Vantage right now for about half of what its original MSRP was, which was around $120,000 for the starting price. The V8 Vantage is an absolutely phenomenal car, and if you're looking for something that sounds great, looks great, and is insanely fun to drive, the V8 Vantage is probably the exotic that you need to go for. Next up is another personal favorite of mine, and that is the 2006 Bentley Continental GT. Now the Continental has had many facelifts over the years, and quite frankly the 2006 is probably the ugly stepchild. It's big, it's bulky, and it's nowhere near as sleek as the new ones. However, I stand by the fact that the Bentley Continental GT is still one of the classiest cars of all time. The interior is absolutely beautiful, and the exterior is not really too slacking. The Bentley is the ultra luxurious exotic car that you can pick up now for under $100,000, and to be honest, you can get a good one for about $60,000 and a really shitty one for about $39,000. On top of that, the Bentley has such a presence. While the Aston is a bit understated and fits in anywhere, the Bentley screams and shouts everywhere it goes, and as soon as you see it, you know it's unmistakably a Bentley. Next up on the list is the Maserati Quattroporte, and this is a car that for a while now you've been able to pick up in the $20,000 range, and if you're looking at a poorly maintained one, you're actually looking about $19,000. Now the early 2000s Maserati Quattroporte is, in my opinion, one of the prettiest Maseratis they built. I am not a fan of the new design. I think they look more aggressive now. However, they've lost a bit of the character that they used to have. It has a Ferrari derived V8 engine, and it is truly an exotic sedan, and if you're looking for something to take the kids around in and then also take it on a back road and have some fun, the Maserati Quattroporte is truly the best car for that. On top of that, it is ultra luxurious, especially when compared to the Aston Martin. All of these cars are very luxurious, but the Maserati and the Bentley are both on another level. Next up on the car is something that you wouldn't normally consider a truly exotic car. It's not necessarily a supercar either. However, it is a super sports car, and that is the Lotus Exige. You can get a cheap one for $38,000, and if you want one that's been well maintained and taken care of, you can get that for about $49,000. If you're looking for something that is extremely hardcore, stripped out, bare to the bones, exotic driving, the Lotus Exige is really in a class of its own. If you want any luxury though, you're out of luck because you get a fire extinguisher, and that's pretty much it. However, I have to say that the Exige is one of the most exotic looking cars ever. A lot of Ferraris now are built to look more striking, and Lamborghinis look just wild and out there. However, the Lotus is truly an exotic, crazy, wild sports car. When you compare it to other things in that price range, you just don't get the same driving experience as you do when you're behind the wheel of a Lotus Exige. While they might not be the fastest cars in the world, taking it around a track or taking it even on a back road is one of the most exhilarating experiences you can have in a sports car. And while it's not necessarily the fastest car on the list on the straightaways, it's also very far from a slow car. If you're looking for something that's absolutely raw, insane, and powerful, the Lotus Exige is the best car on this list for that. Something I also want to mention about the Lotus is while it's not necessarily fast, it is a car that you can push to its limit and it won't kill you for trying to do that. So overall, I think there's a car for really everyone on this list. If you're looking for something super luxurious, if you're looking for a 4-door exotic, or if you're looking for a roadster, or if you're just looking for something to take out on the weekends and have a raw, pure driving experience. And if you have anything else to add to the list, go ahead and leave them down in the comments section below.